I'm Serena Correa, a creative entrepreneur. Over the past 10 years, I've built a successful product-based business. I have 5 monetized groups, have filmed over 40 tutorials, 3 membership platforms, and 2 signature courses. But my life mission is to be an awesome mom, a wife, and a friend. I also love helping creatives find their true potential and, most of all, find a way to monetize their passions. Hello, everybody. How are you? Welcome. This is a pre-recorded. We are not doing this live, so if I screw up, I'm not starting over. Listen, y'all, first of all, I want to wish you a very, very Merry Christmas. I want to tell you thank you so much for being part of our What's Our Plan workshop for 2021 as we go into 2022. I usually like to close, this is the third or fourth year I've taught What's Your Plan workshop, I think 4th year. And I like to close it up with building a dream and a vision board. They're kind of the same thing. Some have 2 different ones, like these are my dreamy things over here, and this is my vision of where I'm going over here. So one is the actions that we need to take, and the other one's the rewards that we get when we take those actions. I just like to do one because, when you have all the things, you don't do any of them really well. So when it comes to dream boards and vision boards, there's something we call the law of attraction. And the law of attraction is manifesting our ideas and to create greatness, right? And I know that sounds like really fluffy and like, oh, Serena, here you go. But no, listen, studies show that when we live a certain life, when we build a certain path, when we dream our dreams and we take action, the things that we desire, we manifest those things, right? Let's just say you're like, I want to open a brick and mortar. You're not going to just lay around and go, well, I hope somebody gives me a brick and mortar. No, it doesn't work that way. You're going to start laying the path. You're going to start putting the bricks down to build that brick and mortar. Maybe you start online first. Maybe you have to raise capital first. Maybe you need to find a partner, whatever it may be. You begin to manifest the dream of owning a brick and mortar. You begin to manifest the dream of building a business online, whatever that may be. You've got to believe it. You really have to truly believe it. One of the things that we often forget when we're building our businesses, we get so bogged down with all the technology and all the social media and all the stuff that goes along with running a business that we often forget about what the reward of the business is. And a lot of time that's our motivation. That's what motivates us to keep moving forward. I've had to really, over the last, 4 or 5 years, adjust myself, literally here. I had to kind of like adjust my thinking a little bit because I came from the product world. Like I've been in the service industry for a very long time as a financial advisor. I'm still in that industry. It's my passion. I love what I do. I love working with small businesses here in the Tampa Bay area. But coming from the creative world, and I always had a product, right? I always had a product. Sell more product, create a bigger line, create more, because I desire to have these things, this level of success. And eventually I kind of got burned out on it because the things I were desiring were not rewarding enough, right? I know that sounds weird, but they weren't rewarding. They weren't motivating me enough to move forward. I wasn't seeing the fruits of my labor. And it took me a long time to like figure out like, why am I really doing, what is my why? Like we've gone through our goals and all the things we want to accomplish and the multiple streams of revenue and who we want to serve. But baby, we're going to talk about you. Like, what do you want from this journey? What is your why? Like, we want to see what that looks like. And I want you to create it. And this is going to be part reality. And this is going to be part fantasy, like winning the lottery or something. And this is going to be part inspirational, part motivational. Going into 2022, my word this year, I like to pick a word every year. My word this year is going to be inspire. My word last year was encouragement. I think that, my team and I nailed it on the encouragement side. That was really like the foundation and the core. And this year we want to inspire. And what do I mean? And you're like, well, encourage and inspire, kind of the same thing. No. We want to lead by examples. And, I'm always telling my communities, you got to do this and you got to do this and you got to do this and you got to do this. And for the most part, we are doing all the things too. You guys see that. But I feel like we could be doing more. We want to inspire you by leading by example. And so I'm going to show you guys one of my vision boards. Ironically, you guys, this vision board is from 3 years ago, 4 years ago. And so I want to show you this vision board because when you see this every day, it will happen. It's crazy. And you can go back, any of you who've been following me for a long time know, oh, yeah, I remember when she did that. But it's crazy to see how many things on that have come to life. Like they're there, they have like literally come to life. So I want you to spend some time and create your vision board. It's hard, y'all, when you got to sit down and go, well, what do I want out of life? Oh, what makes me tick? What are the things I desire? What are some tangible things I want? A new car, a new house, new furniture. It's okay to be selfish because guess what? This assignment is all about you. It's what do you want? What is your why? So we've got a series of questions here that you can walk yourself through to kind of help you develop that vision. And when you ask yourself a question, I want you to go and find an image that maybe meets that maybe answers that question, right? So let's go through these questions here to kind of help you, motivate you, inspire you, maybe get something up here that's, oh man, I didn't think about that. I love this. What would you do if you knew you could not fail? What decisions would you make in your business if you knew no matter what decision you make, it's not a fail? Y'all, because every decision you make is a win. Even the ones that are fails are wins because you learn from those mistakes. And we can't move forward until we make a mistake. Did you hear that? We can't move forward until we make a mistake. Every single one of us will make a mistake. I've made millions of them. And I can name them all off the thing. Like I know every single mistake. I don't know every win I have, but I can tell you every mistake I've made, right? So when we take risk in our business, I'm not talking about our lives, but I'm talking about in our business, and we take a little bit of risk. This is a little bit. Like, what would you do? Oh, I'm going to launch this course. I don't care if anyone signs up or not. I am launching this course. One of our members just did that the other day, Miss Aubrey, and she was like, I launched. I don't care if anyone signs up. I'm just so proud of myself that I launched. That's exactly the mentality that you need to have in order to create success. What would you do if you knew you could not fail? Because this isn't a fail. This is a win. Even if nobody signs up, you learned how to set up that course, how to get the payment gateway, how to build a landing page. You learned all the things, right? All the things. How would you behave? What actions would you take? How would you behave, right? If you were the best in the world at what you do. And you're like, man, you know what? I know that I'm a damn good coach. And you know how I know that? Because I've been in every coaching group there is. I have been in masterminds that are thousands of dollars a month. I know that I'm really good at what I do. And I'm not shy to say that at all. And when you have that inside of you, there's a level of confidence that comes with that. And there's a level of like sincerity, right? Like, cause like I am good at what I do. Whether or not you can learn from my methods, whether or not you can learn from my style of teaching, whether or not you can learn from my mistakes, that's a whole nother thing. But I know what I do, I am really good at it. I know when I ran my paint company, I had the best product on the market. I know I did. When I had my dog couture business, I was the cat's meow, really the dog's bark. But I literally was the cat's meow because when you behave as if you're the best in the world, that confidence just pours out of you, pours out of you. Now, when you think about that, like, man, I, you put your shoulders back, I did that. I am so good. So, how would you behave if you were the best in the world at what you do? Are you finding your dream job or are you creating it? Okay, I know a lot of you still work. There's nothing wrong with that. Guess what? I still got my day job too. Yes, I do. I'm still a financial advisor for one of the largest custodians in the world, 21 years, 22 years. No desire of changing that. But I have created what works for me. I have created my dream environment. It took me a long time to figure out how to do that. In fact, it took me about 15 years to be exact to figure out how to do that. And I want you to think not everyone has the ability to be able to do that. So, inside of your business, I want you to create your dream job because then we don't get burned out, then we don't get tired, and then we don't quit. So, what does a dream job look like? And I'm going to show you like some answers to these because I have them on my board that I did like 4 years ago. And your dream job for me was just having the luxury of being able to be home, having the luxury of being able to pick my son up after school, which is something I didn't do until he was in the seventh grade, y'all. He was in the seventh grade was the first time I was able to pick him up after school. He had always gone to the after school programs and the karate camps and whatever, because he had a working mom and working single mom at that. And so that first day that I got to pick him up, I went live, y'all. I was like, y'all, like, this is so exciting for me because this is like, man, I've been working for this forever. My son is in the seventh grade, and I finally get to pick him up after school in Carline. I was so excited for Carline, y'all. This year we ain't gonna go to Carline one time. Oh, I hate Carline. Carline is that is the devil right there. No Carline. All right, no Carline. No, thank you. But it took me a long time to figure out how to have that work-life balance, how to take all of these incredible skills and this knowledge that my small business owner clients gave me. I didn't wake up with this knowledge. My small business owners gave it to me. And how was I going to use that? And I created my dream world. And I really truly feel like when I wake up every day, I'm living the dream, right? Like I am living the dream, but I had to build that. Nobody gave that to me. Well, I will say my small business owners gave me an incredible amount of knowledge, but I still had to earn that. They just don't tell anybody their business. I had to earn that. What was the last time you did something for the first time? Y'all, it's really uncomfortable, right? Change is really uncomfortable. In the last couple of years, we've had to do a lot of things for the first time that maybe we're not used to doing. And but it's uncomfortable, right? The first time you logged into Circle this year, like if you're in my coaching groups, you know what I'm talking about. The first time you logged in and like, oh God, I don't know what this is. I don't know where to post it. I don't know if anything. I don't know. I don't know what I'm doing, right? But you did it again, and you did it again, and you did it again and again, and it got easier and easier and easier, right? And so I want you to think about when was the last time you did something for the first time? If it's been a while, you need to look what you're doing because you're missing the boat, baby. Like there is something in there that you're just fearful of trying, that you're afraid of failing, that you don't want to get you're what if I fail? Can't do that. Can't do that. Can't do that. No, you can't do that. Fear is the biggest roadblock in any business. Get rid of it, y'all. Throw the fear out the window because unless we just go for it, we're just never going to know. Never going to know. So why are you worth knowing? I dealt many years, I know as women, most of my audience is women. We know what it feels like to have points in our life with lower self-esteem, points in our life where we don't feel worthy of ourselves. And guess what? If you don't feel worthy of yourself, do you think others are going to feel worthy of you? Probably not, right? So why are you worth knowing? What do you bring to the table? I think I bring understanding. I hope I bring understanding. I think I bring compassion. I am so passionate for people. I am. So I bring compassion to the table. I think I'm worth knowing because I have a ton of knowledge. Like I'm incredibly blessed with owning businesses and working with them and that knowledge. I don't know everything, never going to. I want y'all as my friend. Like, I think that, like, I would love to have you as my friend, right? So I hope we can hang out one day. I would love to hang out, the more the merrier kind of thing. Oh, once COVID's over, but you know what I mean. So why are you worth knowing? It's like, man, I'm pretty like fun to like be around. Hey, I have great ideas. I can bring this to the table. I can change the industry. Hey, I'm worth knowing for many reasons. When you imagine reaching your goals, so sit back in the chair. I want you to close your eyes. I like just sit back and like close your eyes, right? And when you imagine reaching your goals, what does that look like? What do those goals look like in your mind? And just let it go. Like let those go, and you're going to get all kinds of visions. Right now, I have weird visions. Actually, I'll tell you some of them, and a couple of them are on my a dream board from like 4 years ago. They still haven't happened yet, but it's okay. I'm working towards them. When I close my eyes, I love. You guys notice I love cherry blossoms. Like I love the color pink, but I love cherry blossoms, and I have my biggest dream is to go to Japan during cherry blossom season, right? So when I am at when I imagine reaching my goals, what does that look like for me? And for me, that looks like I'm on a plane, I'm going to Japan, I'm to see the cherry blossoms. I also see me like maybe going to Barcelona. And I have this weird vision, like I'm gonna go to like France with my little like dog. You guys, my dog weighs like 80 pounds, 90 pounds. Like I do have a little one, but um, so mine all revolve around like travel experiences. I'm not a things person. I don't get like super jazzed about things. I get super jazzed about experiences. And so for me, it's more of experiences. What image, words, phrases represent your life when you've achieved your goals? Like one was you'll see here in a minute, boss mom was one of mine. So like 4 years ago. But for me, it's just like determination, um, like compassion, understanding. Those for me are just words I live by every single day. And I don't think those words are going to change as I continue to meet certain goals, you know, in my world. Like I just don't think it's going to change. What would it take to reach your goal? Like, what do you really have to do to reach your goal? Now, a lot of people, now most of you are here inside of my coaching program. You may have been part of the pop-up group, but for a lot of people, it's like they hit that point in their business that they knew that they wanted more. They knew that they just needed more. Like, how much more? I need more, and I need somebody who can give me that more. I don't think that people wake up every day and say, "Oh, I need a business coach. I'm going to hire me a business coach." I think as creatives, we don't even know that really exists. We have like there's influencers that have like programs, but a true coaching mentorship program, nobody wakes up and says, I need a coach today. Um, Nobody. But what would it take for you to reach your goals? Like, what tools do you need? Write those down. Put this on your vision board. Like, I may need a new computer, or I need to learn how to use a software, or I need to tap into Pinterest. Like, what would it take to reach your goals? Maybe it's more money. So, hey, what can I do to get money to take my business to the next level? Hey, I know I could clean out my garage and start another business, right? There are ways that if we really want it bad enough, we will find ways to get it. How will the process of reaching your goals change you? Now, this is really important because I always get, when I used to travel a lot before COVID, I would get a lot of people say, "Oh, gosh, you're so blessed. You travel so much." And it's like, "Oh, it's really cool. I love your $1,000 handbag." Okay. So my goals and somebody else's goals are very different. For me, I want to like go to like Europe on $1,000 on the flight, hotel, food, and everything just so that I can, right? Like just because I want to prove a point that I can have this amazing experience for the same price as your stupid handbag, right? But anyways, how will the process, of reaching your goals change you? Well, I'm going to tell you what changes you. Your knowledge changes, your confidence changes, your ability to continue moving towards the next goal. You never actually reach your goals. You just keep moving and moving and moving and moving. People don't change. They don't change. You evolve. And in the process of reaching your goals, you're going to learn new things, new skill sets. That's why I choose to travel because every single time I travel, I learn something new. Traveling is a goal of mine, but I learn a new culture. I meet somebody along the way that could be inspiring to my business. I get a new story. I have life experiences that I can share with other people. To me, that is part of the process of reaching a goal, right? Because I need to be able to correlate with you guys. I need to be able to say, oh, yeah, you know what? Ah, I love going there. Oh my God, I've been to your town before, or I'm coming there. Let's hook up. But the process that we have to get to get to our goals, we got to think it down. Remember, it's all of our break it down. It's all about like if you have something. Remember, I said like we break down the process of something, and that's how we create multiple streams of revenue, right? And so when we break down the processes of reaching our goals, like how we develop as a person is insane. I'm going to tell y'all, people don't change. Um, I have changed, evolved greatly over the last 4 to 5 years. I mean, night and day difference. Coming from 5 years ago, I had a brick and mortar, a very successful brick and mortar. I mean, like several $100,000 a year brick and mortar. I had a paint company, again, several $100,000 paint company. Teaching, I was on the road teaching paint tutorials, um, monetizing Facebook groups. I mean, y'all, it was all over the place, and I was so miserable. I was the most miserable person in the entire world. I hated everything. I was miserable with myself. I didn't have any time. I missed precious years with my son that I will never, ever, ever, ever get back. And I regret it so badly today. But that process of all those things, did it give me knowledge? Heck yeah, it gave me a ton of knowledge. But it also helped me define my goals of like where I was going. And I changed greatly, y'all. I'm still me. I am still me, but I did evolve. I did evolve from that process and know like I got to clean up my life. Like I've got to take this online. I want to be home. Guys, that was the process. Like that is all the process that I had to go through to get there. And so your processes are going to be different. Not everyone has the same thing. But people are going to say, oh, you've changed. They do. They say that to me all the time. I'm okay with that. You know what? I haven't. I've evolved. Like I've learned from my mistakes. I'm trying to like recover from those mistakes, mentally, physically, because it was a very, I would not wish that upon. And everyone's like, oh, you're so successful. Yeah. And like, I'd love to say the F word right now and Gary Vee this, but I won't. Effing miserable, miserable, miserable. Like it was not a good time in my life. And I think about the people that I met along the way. A lot of you are all still here with me. And so I'm grateful for that. But you will evolve. You will change through the process. Your personality isn't going to change. And I don't think that your values and your core values will change. But nevertheless, if you were financially able to retire 1 year from today, 1 year from today, I wouldn't be sleeping, I'll tell you that. But what would you be working on to prepare for that? It's amazing what we can do when we're under pressure, when we feel the pressure to do something. I know that I've recently felt like the pressure for, you know, ramping up my retirement savings now that I've got Sebastian's, you know, college education. I've just spent 14 years, y'all, saving for his college education. And whew, we're on 4 more years to go and we can finally start using it. I'm like, oh yeah, now I need to work on me. Like now I need to work on mine. And but it's overwhelming. But it's amazing what will happen though when we have like a goal, when we're put under pressure to do that. We always say procrastinators unite tomorrow, right? And but when we have that goal, it's amazing what man we can start hammering it out. So think about it. What would you do? Like, what would you be working on? Man, that gives me heart palpitations. I don't foresee myself ever retiring. I don't have that mindset. I'm a worker bee, man. I don't know what I would do. What do you do? What do retired people do? I work with them all day long. A lot of them go back to work. That's what they do. Um, if you could do anything you want, what would you most like to do in the next decade? And that's going to be big on your vision dream board, really big. One of the things that was on my vision dream board, besides Japan, uh, you'll see little farm animals. And 4 or 5 years ago, and I still have this vision, but the problem is I'm getting older now, and I'm like, I don't know about that. But you know, what would you do in the next decade? I was like, man, I really want like my own farm. I grew up on a farm. I kind of want my own farm. Like I want to be out, like where I can see the stars at night and hear my little animals in the background mooing and like neighing and whatever else they do and chirping. Um, My vision's changed a little bit now that I'm like 5 years older. Like 5 years older now. It's changed a little bit. But what would you like to do in the next decade? Maybe it's like pay off your house. Maybe it's buy a new car. And it can be, it's okay, y'all, to pick things. It's okay to pick things. It's all right. It's okay to work, have things as it's gold. I might get Susie Orman you and say denied. You're gonna work through that. It's lifestyle, it's quality of life, it's those things you desire, the experiences you want to create. It's all part of it. It's all part of it. What would you do differently if you knew no one would judge you? Oh, right? I don't know how many people I've worked with over the years who said or who have told me, I don't want to post that on my social media because I don't want my friends to see what I'm doing. Y'all, that just hurts my heart. Oh my God, that hurts my heart. It hurts my heart like there is no tomorrow. It hurts my heart. You know why that hurts my heart? Because it's like you should not have to feel like you will be judged at what you do. You should not have to feel that you are lesser than anybody. You know what? If they have something to say, it's because they're jealous of you. It's not because they're judging you. I get a lot of, I work with a lot of women, obviously, and a lot of them say, I don't have the support at home that I need. I said, no, they're just jealous of where you're going, baby. And that's really what it comes down to. The lack of support comes down to jealousy. Oh, yeah, I'm not gonna help her with that because what if she succeeds? Right? Well, what if? Like, who cares about you? This is about me. So we really got to put those judgments aside. You know, people are always going to judge. Haters are always going to hate. There's always going to be some sort of noise in the background. Always embrace it. It's life. It's middle school. Get over it. Get over it. Lastly, what can you do today, this second, to live a better tomorrow? What can you do this second? Let me tell you some things that I do. I've done today. What can I do today to live a better tomorrow? Make better food choices for me, 'cause I love food. Make better food choices. Those are things that I strive for every single day. This is the worst time of year. Somebody please take it away. But what can you do today? You go for a walk, you make better food choices, you read a book. You know what you can also do? Stay off social media. Guys, it is such a time sucker. Such a time sucker. If you could cut back, I want you to pay attention. For those of you who use a lot of mobile devices, I want you to look at your screen time, how much screen time you're using. You can go, if you're on iOS, you just go into settings and you can actually just search and put screen time. And I want you to watch your screen time every week. And I want you to challenge yourself to get that screen time down. Because when we can set aside, we need to block times for our businesses, right? We can't just consume ourselves all the time. We are going to crash and burn, and we are not going to be able to grow. And most of all, we're going to miss opportunities because we have just overwhelmed ourselves with a whole lot of noise. So, I want you to say, in our coaching groups, your three things every day, but what can you do today to live a better tomorrow? What is that one choice you can make today that's going to make all the difference tomorrow? I'm going to choose today to stay off TikTok. I'm going to choose today to not scroll my wall feed on Facebook and get wrapped up into that. I'm going to choose today to help a friend because I know that's going to make a better tomorrow. I'm going to choose today to go for a walk because I know it's really good for my health. Right? I'm going to choose today to not eat the pile of cookies on my kitchen counter right now because it's not good for my thighs. Right? What are choices you can make today to live a better tomorrow? Let me show you guys my dream board that I created 4 or 5 years ago. And I saved this because it's so important to really think about, wow, how far you have come. These things were just like dreams and visions. And I look at this still every single day because I've not completed everything on it just yet. Sometimes I just want to like cross it out to like make me feel good. But here we go. Hold on, let me get rid of that banner real quick. Alrighty, here is my vision board from a couple of years ago, 4 or 5 years ago. I wanted to work at home. You guys see that right there in the upper corner? I wanted to work at home. You guys, I wanted a golden doodle and I wanted one just like this. Yes, this is a want. Did I need a golden doodle? No, I did not need a golden doodle. All right. I did not need a golden doodle. All right. I now have two amazing golden doodles and a new Boston Terrier baby who's just my epitome of he's my life because I've lost all my pugs now and it's super sad for me. But I knew 4 or 5 years ago that I was like ready for something else. Mom boss, well, hey, whatever. That's like, hey, it's there, it's happened. I love this saying here. And so she decided to start living the life she imagined. Y'all, this is a life that I have imagined and I have built. Paris is front and center because 4 or 5 years ago, I couldn't wait to go to Paris for the first time. I did 3 years ago, and February of 2019. And Paris for me, I loved it. Loved it. You can see over here, I've got Japan, cherry blossom. Still haven't done that one yet. This here represents building my creative business online. I was ready. You guys, when I did this vision board, I did not have my coaching business, by the way, yet. I had my paint company and I had a membership paint group. And I knew that I was probably going to be going off into the coaching world because I was tired of people joining my paint club to figure out how I was doing it. And so that's what this represents, is building my coaching business, my creative coaching business. This here represents my paint company. And at the time, I didn't know what that looked like. I knew that I wanted to do something with it. I was either going to do one of two things. I was either going to expand it or I was going to sell it. I didn't know what that was. Fast forward to today, and it has been sold. So has been sold. Now, these interesting little pictures, you guys, I love baby animals. I'd love to have a little barn with my little baby animals that I dress up and cute little angel wings. I mean, come on, would that not make you live to be like 120 right here? That would totally make you live to be 120 right there, just because of how like it just de-stresses you. This picture here represents California. California is home for me. It's a place that I love. It's a place I go to often. Not sure. I would love to live in California one day if I was ever so blessed. I desire to live in California. I'm a realist though, and not sure financially how that will ever be possible. But you know what? It's a dream board, right? Some of these are visions and some of these are dreams. I would love to have like a house up on the hill, like again, 4 or 5 years ago, that kind of just overlooks like the valley down below with my little animals running around. And of course I see this and I'm like, oh, it'll probably leave the house on a rock slide. That would be awesome. Make your dreams happen. It's not what we have in life, but who we have in our lives that matter. And this represents my community. At the time, I had my paint community, which was really important to me. A lot of you are still here with me today. And so it is. And I live my life like that every day. Is I would rather have people in my life who matter than like not like what's the point of living? Like what's the point of living? And then a family is important to me. Obviously, family is very important to me. And this here is kind of a funny image because it's a lady running on the beach. First of all, I hate the beach. I don't like the sand. Second of all, I'm never going to be a runner. But this picture for me was a picture of health. It was a picture of like, I need to focus on my health. I need to focus on getting myself together. If I have to be here for my son in the future, and I hope at some point in my life that I am blessed to be a grandmother at some point. He's only 14, so I'm going to be like a 75-year-old grandmother, but I need to take care of myself. I was dealing with a lot of health issues back 4 or 5 years ago. And a lot of health issues. For being a 40-something-year-old, I was dealing with a lot of health issues, and I kind of had to get that together. And it hasn't been an easy journey at all, but it's definitely one that I work at. I wake up each morning and I say to myself, today I'm going to make good choices. Today I'm going to put myself first, because if I don't make these good choices, I can't make good choices for anybody else. Like I can't help my community if I don't help myself, right? So, y'all, if you're here inside of my coaching group, and you're watching this, there's actually a template that you guys can use. You can use this template to create your vision board. It's inside of Canva. There's some places you can go to find these images. You can go to Pexel. You can go to Unsplash. So Pexel's Pexels. Unsplash, Unsplash. If you're using Canva, there's tons of images in there. Just search for what you want to do. I'll show you here in just a second. You can also get on Pinterest. Here's the thing, y'all. If you're borrowing images from Pinterest and Google, make sure that this isn't something that anybody sees but you, because that's kind of against the law. So just so that we can't borrow images like that. They don't belong to us, but it's okay. It's just like a magazine. If you're wanting a magazine and cutting things out, on Pinterest is fine. It's not like you're selling it. It's not that you're using it for promotion. Like, you never see mine published at all. Some of those images are probably protected images, but there's tons of images you can get legally for free if you plan on sharing your dream and vision board. If you're here inside of the group, I would love if you shared your dream board with us. It is a private group. I would love to see your dream board. I would love to see, because you know what? It inspires people. When you see my dream, you're like, oh my God, it inspires, and it makes a connection. And I want to make that connection with you. And when you open up your lives, it makes me a better person. It makes me a better coach for you. Because when I can see that people, wow, they really have, like, they're pushing for this. They really want this. How can I help you get to that point? All right. So let me do a screen share here real quick. Hang on here. Inside Canva, you guys have the template. You can see right here, there's a couple of different templates you can pick from, or you can start here and you can go to elements, scroll down to grids, and you can kind of make your own, your own template, by picking, one of the things. So just depending on what you want to do. Or you can just pick one of the ones that I've already done. If you go here into elements and just type in like beach, and you go into photos, there's like so inspire. There we go, inspire. Let's see, I like that. So there's all kinds, like maybe an inspirational quote. Make this a great day. I love that. Maybe health. Yes, health, right? Maybe self-care. Right? Self-care isn't selfish. All right. So you can kind of see how easy it is to create your vision board. I want you to download that as a .png file. And you guys can use those on your desktops. You're going to take that and you're going to make that your desktop image. That way you see it every time you get on your computer or your laptop. You see that image. Maybe if you are a tablet user, you can use that as your home screen of your tablet, and you can have it there for you. I want you to print it out on the wall or up on your board. And I want you to look at this every single day. And anytime you feel like things have changed or you've accomplished something, it feels good. When I look at that, it's amazing, you guys. And I did that back when I had my paint club. And we did a little special like year in training with that. And it's amazing how many of those things have just happened. The only thing that hasn't happened, I don't live in California and I don't have cute farm animals, and I haven't been to Japan yet. I'm working on it. I'm working on it. Right here, I'm working on it. But it's amazing over time, like how much can really happen. A year is 365 days. Well, maybe I made this like 1,200 days ago. Is that really a lot? I mean, think about it. I think about what I've accomplished in 5 years. Holy smack. Just getting out from the brick and mortar and selling the paint company, like that right there is crazy when I think of, oh, not only that, but during that time I got married and relocated back into Tampa and sold a brick and mortar and sold a paint company and launched 2 coaching businesses. Am I crazy? But again, if you want it, you will get it. I hope this helps you guys be able to create your vision and dream boards. Thank you so much for being here with us. I can't wait to take 2022, um, make that journey with you. I can't wait until next year to see how far you've come along in the journey. Think about 365 days from today. And actually, today is the day before Christmas Eve. It is December the 23rd. Um, I'm excited to see. I can't wait to see your dream boards. I can't wait to get to know you just a little bit more. But most of all, I can't wait to see what you all achieve next year. I think 2022 is really going to be, I hope, is a year of clarity for you. I hope it's a year that helps you stay on track, that helps you get outside of your box a little bit. And I hope it's a year that lets you venture in to a territory that you've been dreaming about, that you desire to have. And most of all, I can't wait to be part of it. So, Merry Christmas, Happy New Year, and I can't wait to spend the year with you all. Thank you so much for being here, and I love you. We'll see you guys soon. Take care, everybody. Bye bye.